Hey you guys, welcome to Fasting into Fall with Angela, week 3. We're on week 3. I lost this week. I lost very little this week. I didn't really work out as much as I wanted to this week, but maybe I'll get into that a little bit later when I sit down and talk to you guys. So right now I am going to be making my one meal for today. I have my ice cream that I'm gonna be kind of defrosting before I actually make it. Before I actually spin it, it's already made. And then I'm gonna be making a cottage cheese, little like bread sandwich where I take cottage cheese and an egg, mix it up, cook it. I'm gonna be taking you guys along with me to show you what I eat for a high protein meal for the day. So first I'm gonna take half a cup of this Daisy cottage cheese. I just got this at Costco, half a cup of this and my 1 egg. I'm gonna blend that up, add a little bit of seasoning. Let's see, what seasoning can I add today? You guys, these are all my seasonings that I have. I've got everything bagel seasoning up in this bitch. Let's take that down. And then, and then my Kinder's, the blend. I like using this one. Here is our egg, and there is our half a cup of cottage cheese. And then here is the Kinder's seasoning. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that in there. Okay, and then we're gonna blend it on up. So I have this greased cookie sheet here, and I'm just gonna kind of spread it out a little loosely, and we're going to make a wrap is what we're gonna do. So this is going to be our bread type wrap, and I'm going to be putting chicken and bacon into this wrap after I'm done cooking. So you kind of want to just spread it out a little bit there. Get it nice and even. Hopefully there's no holes like that. Kind of give it a few taps to get those air bubbles up. We're going to also take our everything seasoned, everything bagel seasoning, and we're just going to lightly dust it so we have some flavor on the top of it. We're going to bake it at 350. And we're gonna bake it for probably 30 minutes. So this is what it looks like beforehand. So in the meantime, while that's cooking, I'm gonna work on my water. This is the container of water that I use every single day. I do drink water at work in the morning, and then I also have a coffee in the morning with no creamer, just straight up coffee, black. And yeah, then I come home and I fill this big boy up a little bit past the 140 ounces. So I probably got, I don't know, about 24 ounces of water maybe at work, depending on how many times I filled my cup. But I always fill this up, and then my goal is to finish all this water, when I get home in the afternoon. So it is kind of a lot of water, but, it keeps you hydrated. And then what I like to do before my one meal is I like to have apple cider vinegar water. So I'll put just a little bit of this in my water, and it helps with your glucose test. It helps with just like a whole bunch of different things. It helps with inflammation and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna put a tiny little bit in my water, and that's all you need for the whole day. Is just a little sip of the apple cider vinegar. And I always get the Bragg apple cider vinegar with the mother. Also over here, I have 3 of the Brazilian nuts. These help with thyroid issues, I heard. So I have been eating between 2 to 3 of the Brazilian nuts a day in hopes to, get my thyroid not healed, because obviously I only have like 1/4 of my thyroid left, or like 1/3 of my thyroid left. but it just helps with your thyroid function. Here is the wrap. The bread is done. So I'm gonna let it cool for maybe about 3 minutes, and then I will add everything to it. And I should have had the flash on this whole time. I do apologize for that. So we have our wrap. I flipped it upside down. It's been cooling for a little bit. I'm going to add some yellow mustard to this. And, you know, it's just good to add some mustard. I love a good mustard here. So we're just gonna add that all over it. And then I also have my 2 strips of bacon that we're going to put down right there. And then I have a lot of chicken. This is rotisserie chicken just from Costco. This is like, there we go. This is just like the cold cut chicken that you get, a lot of it. I know it looks like a lot, you guys, but this is a total of 100 grams of protein with everything. So that includes my creamy, that includes this sandwich, and that also includes my Brazilian nuts. So I will show you guys what the ice cream looks like after this, but basically all you do is, well, let's see here. I'm gonna have to move this off to the side a little bit. We're gonna fold this. And you can do it the long way, you could do it this way. Actually, I probably should have done it the other way. Wasn't quite thinking too clear, but that's okay. So we'll have some bacon on a little bit of it and some bacon not. So there we go. You just fold it over like so. And then you cut it in half like so. And then you've got this delicious, delicious protein sandwich, and there's a lot of it there. That looks so good. And the whole thing, the sandwich plus the ice cream, was a little bit under 750 calories. I will leave I'll show you guys the macros at the end of this. That sandwich was really good, you guys. So now I am going to enjoy my ice cream. So in this little, you know, ice cream container here, before we run it through my Ninja Creamy, this has the Premier Pumpkin Protein. It's just basically a shake. And then I also have, I believe it's either a 1/4 or a 1/2 cup of pumpkin puree. And I just blended it all up, put it in the ice cream, a little container here that we have, put it in the freezer for 24 hours. And now I'm ready to blend it. And this is super loud. So this was the first spin. And as you guys could see, the ice cream came out super powdery. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run my knife around the edge to get anything that is stuck in there. And then I'm going to add some organic, unsweetened almond vanilla Kirkland brand beverage in here, about 2 tablespoons, and then we're gonna respin. Okay, I ran the knife through on the outside of it, and I didn't really need it, but that's okay. So we're gonna have, let's see, 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. And that is the only other liquid that we're gonna need. So I'm gonna respin this again. Also forgot to mention that I added pumpkin spice flavoring to this, just a little bit of seasoning, and that's it. But look at how creamy and delicious this pumpkin spice ice cream is. This is like 200 calories for the whole container, you guys. That's a massive amount of ice cream that I get to eat every single day for under 200 calories. Hi everyone, so I just finished eating my sandwich and my ice cream, and I am completely full. I am satisfied for the rest of the day. I did eat actually a little bit early today. I started eating at 2 and it is 3:21, so I ate about an hour and 20 minutes. I also kind of relaxed during that time too, so that was kind of nice because I had a really, really busy work week. It wasn't really like, I don't know, time consuming more than just like stressful this week for some reason. The full moon was this week, so we had that going on. There were, I guess, other stressors at work, and it just seemed like this week went super slow. And I don't know, I was tired a lot of the week. So this week I lost 1.2 pounds. At least I lost and not gained. And even though I didn't really notice a lot of, weight coming off at the scale, I did notice clothing wise, things are starting to, again, feel looser. My stomach is actually going down even more. So I feel like I lost a lot of inches this week instead of the scale moving. And I know a lot of people sometimes, say that or whatever, like, oh, don't look at the scale, measure your body and look at the inches and stuff. And I used to think that that was so stupid. Like, okay, well, that's not going to motivate me, but I can feel it. You know what I mean? Like I feel it. So that's good. So my meal I wanted to share with you guys, I forgot to add the Brazilian nuts to my calorie count and macros. So my total amount of calories and things like that were 818 calories. That's the ice cream, the sandwich with all the meat in there, and the Brazilian nuts. 30 grams of fat were incorporated in there. 27 grams of carbs with 5 grams of fiber. So that brought my carbs down to 22 grams of carbs. And then my protein was 102 grams of protein. So also this past week, I didn't really work out. I think I only exercised one day. This week, I did go for a walk with the dog several times, but I didn't count that as actual, like, making a point to exercise, like making a point to, lift weights, or making a point to, turn on a YouTube video or whatever that I would work out to. So that kind of sucked. But again, I was just feeling a little off. And actually last weekend, I wasn't really feeling the greatest. I was looking back at the vlog and I noticed that for the majority of the last weekend, I had a headache and I was just tired and not feeling well. So maybe I was just coming off of something. I don't know. All the kids are kind of congregating because school started. So all of the germs are starting over again. But yeah, so all in all, I guess this week was okay. Like I said, I didn't gain any weight. I didn't lose much weight, which actually I'm fine with. The total amount of weight that I have lost so far, I don't have that calculated right now. I suppose I can calculate it real quick. So I just calculated it and it was 47.4 pounds total of a loss since I started my fasting and OMAD and high protein, low carb way of living since May 25th. So that's not bad, almost 50 pounds. My goal, I guess, for next week would be to get to the 50-pound mark. I think that would be awesome. But again, thank you guys so much for watching my journey. If you have any other suggestions or things that you guys want to see in these videos, comment down below. Otherwise, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye, everyone.